Good morning, student. Chapter number 3, Plant Kingdom, Angiosperms. Unlike the gymnosperms, where the ovules are naked, in angiosperms, most of these ovules are important role for this gymnosperm. In the angiosperms of flowering plants, pollen grains and ovule are developed. Means these types of angiosperms for this one type of flower, upper layer and lower layer. Upper layer means pollen grain is developed and lower layer is ovules are developed. It is a specialized structure is called flower. Flower is a upper layer for pollen grain and second is a ovules is developed. And this structure first, this is a first pollen grain developed upper layer and this is a ovules. Ovules are this form from this structure is flower. In angiosperm, the seed are enclosed in fruits. Mostly in angiosperm, seed is enclosed from this fruit. The angiosperm are an especially large group of plant occurring in wide range of habits. The range of this size from this smallest plants means gymnosperm is only for tallest plant and angiosperm only for smallest plant. Wolfia to tall free eucalypts over the 100 meters means smallest is a Wolfia and tall tree is a eucalypts in NEET, GUJCAT and regular 11 science first exam, second exam and annual exams MCQs. They provide us with food, fodder, fuel and medicine and several other commercially important products means they provide angiosperms these types of plants smallest and tall tree Wolfia and eucalypts important for this function for food, fodder, fuel, medicine and several other commercially important produce. They are divided into two classes. First is a dicotyledons and second is a monocotyledons. This figure is first draw in this notebook. First is a monocotyledon and second is a dicotyledon. Next point, the dicotyledons are characterized by seeds having two cotyledons. Means monocotyledon means only one cotyledon contain and dicotyledon means two parts seeds are contained. It is a dicotyledons. Reticulate venation in leaves and tetramers. Tetra means 4. Pentamers is a 5. Means these types of leaves, flower points. This is a first leaf, second leaf, third leaf and fourth. It is a tetramers. And penta means first, second, third, fourth and fifth. This is a penta layer flower. Clear? Okay. Next point. Having 4 or 5 members in each floral wall. This is a floral wall. This. The monocotyledons, on the other hand, are characterized by a single cotyledon seed. Means monocotyledon means single cotyledon and another dicotyledon means two cotyledon contain. Okay. Next point. Parallel venation leaves trimerous. Parallel this. Trimerous means this trimerous flower having members of each floral whorl only for this is a parallel. This flower is a parallel. And second is a trimers. Trimers means this flower is 3-dimensional direction. Okay. Next point. This flower whole the male sex organs in a flower stamen. Stamen parts it is a style parts. This is the upper layer. Each stamen consists of a slender filament with the anther of the tip. Means stamen parts of this flower upper layer is grow for this leaf. Within the anthers means this is a anther parts. This is a anther parts. Anther, the pollen mother cell divided by meiosis. Meiosis means one cells to divided by two half cells to produce microspore. Microspore means only small part of this spore, and this which mature into pollen grain. Pollen grain means the flower is developed. The ovary is lowest parts and upper layer is a pollen tube. Pollen grain is well developed only for parts of these male parts, and lowest layer is a the female sex organ is a produce, means the male sex organs means microspore is produced, and the female sex organs means big cell, large cells means micro not attached, only for megaspore is formed in female sex organ. The female sex organ in a flower is the pistil. This is a pistil, means one type of filament. This pistil consists of the swollen. Swollen means size is big. Ovary. At its base, long slender style. This is a long slender style. In this figure 3.6. See this figure. Okay. Next point. A long slender style stigma and inside ovary. First part is this is an anther, upper layer is a stigma, second is a style, and third is a ovary is a well developed. These parts 3 is only for female sex organs. Okay. Next point. Inside the ovary ovule are present, and generally each ovule has a megaspore, means the male sex organs contain only for small spore. Small pores it is also known as a microspore, and the female sex organs spore is developed is also known as a not microspore, it is also known as a megaspore. Okay. 3 of them degenerate, one divided by 2 embryo sac, means embryo is well developed, only sac parts, means this is a sac parts, this is a embryo is a developed, means embryo sac. This is a 3-layer cell, it is a egg apparatus. 1 is a egg cells, 2 is a syrinx, and third is a antipodal. Antipodal means 3 types of cells connect this cell, it is a antipodal, opposite direction. This is a egg is a apparatus. First 2 syrinx means center layer, this center layer is a syrinx layer, and antipodal is a third layer, means 3 antipodal cells are 2 polar nuclei. This is a nuclei, and this is antipodal cells is formed. Next point. The polar nuclei eventually fuse to produce diploid. Diploid means first is only for a male sex organ, another is a female sex organs. Only one cells is a collect, means haploid, only N. And after this condition for gametes is formed for twice N. Twice N means diploid cells is formed, means secondary nucleus. First is a haploid nucleus and second is a diploid nucleus. Only one nucleus is developed for primary nucleus and 2 nucleus is formed for secondary nucleus. Pollen grain after dispersed from the anthers and carried out by wind various other agencies to the stigma of a pistil, means this is a wind. For this upper layer flower is a pollen grain is a locate. Wind is a continue from this flower, because of this pollen grain is a lowest layer this location. Okay, this is also known as a stigma, anther, style, and ovary. This is a term as a process of pollination. The pollen grains germinate only for stigma. Pollen grain, this is a pollen grain. In this structure, this is a pollen grain is formed from this upper layer stigma. After this pollen grain in pollen tube, this is a style, and this last lowest layer it is a developed for the female organ. Female is a ovule parts, and resulting pollen tubes grow through the tissue and stigma and style reach in the ovule, means present of the anther, stigma and style present in the only for ovule. The pollen tube enter the embryo sac where two male gametes are discharged, means three antipodal cells is formed. Three antipodal cells is formed, one is a discharge, and after this condition two cells nucleus is formation for the two male gametes. One of the male gametes fuse from the egg cell, syngamy from the zygote first, and second is the male gamete fuse was a diploid, means one is a haploid and second is a diploid. Second means first is a primary nucleus development only for NP, and second is a secondary nucleus developed from the secondary parts. This is a first male and female parts of the primary and secondary nucleus. Secondary nucleus to produce triploid, means this is a triploid. First is a primary nucleus, second is a secondary nucleus, and third is a triplet, means 3N is a develop. 3N is a develop means triploid primary endosperm nucleus, means write short name, means write full name is a PEN, primary endosperm nucleus, in NEET, GUJCAT and 11 science exams compulsory in this most important question sentence. Because of the occurrence of two fusions, first is a syngamy and triplet fusion. Syngamy only for N, triplet fusion contain for 3N. This event is termed is also known as fertilization, means 3N contain for this triplet fusion. After this N discharge only for formation of trizene. This trizene is also known as double fertilization. Clear? It is also known as double fertilization. An event unique angiosperm, the zygote develops into embryo with one or two cotyledons, means only for one means monocotyledon and two means dicotyledon. And PEN develops into endosperm which provides nourishment, the developing of embryo, and the syngeneic antipodal degenerate after the fertilization, means 3 spore antipodal is released from this process. During these events, the ovule develop into seed and ovary develop fruits. Most important this point, ovules develop only for seed and ovaries develop only for fruit. The life cycle of angiosperm, so this figure, first part is a flower, anther parts, this is an anther part developed from the lowest layer is a filament. After this condition, cell division, more than cells is developed, means small parts of cells is developed, it is called microsporangium, and big shape cell is developed, it is also known as megaspore, means mother cells. These microsporangium and megaspore, this microsporangium is only 2 or 4 cells developed for microspore, and after this condition only gamete, means only one gamete for microspore is developed from the gametophytic generation, means N is developed. This is a male gametophyte, this is a only for gametes, means N male and N female. This is a nucleus, this is a 3 layers is a antipodal, 3 antipodal layer means 3N, 3N means triploid endosperm nucleoid, means only for collect one cells, means zygote, and another condition, this zygote is cell divided by long continue division. This only for embryo is developed, for example for this sporophyte structure. Two types of parts, first is only N means only male, and second sporophytic generation only for female. These is a two parts divided, male and female. Male cells contain for microsporangium and female cells is contain for this megasporangium ovule. Clear? And this is ovaries from this develop from this new embryo. Okay, this is a structure of life cycle of angiosperm. This note down for this notebook. Okay, thank you student.